Can you hear me now? I should tap it again. Hello, can you hear me? But I'm not showing again on the screen. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, apparently I was talking to myself and we'll start from the beginning. Thank you for joining me. Sorry for the breaking transmission. Like I said, we don't wait for perfection, we just run with it, right? So let's start again. Thank you for joining me today. Now, sometimes okay, I was saying that this month we're going to talk about and learn about how to become our authentic selves. So most of my topics this month are going to concentrate on finding who you are and being the real you instead of being a, you know, rehearsed or fake version of yourselves. Now, sometimes the biggest obstacle in our life is not what is happening to us; it's what we are using to avoid facing ourselves. Right now, many people are not stuck because they don't have potential. They are simply stuck because they are hiding behind something. Now, what do I mean by this? Some of us hide behind legitimate, reasons because they make us feel safe. For example, some of us are always busy. We always find one thing and then the next thing to occupy our minds, to make us believe that we don't have time to do those things that really matter or those things that we're afraid of facing. Some of us hide under making sure wanting to do everything and make sure it's perfect. Yes, that's what we talked about last month, being perfect. We talked about the fact that perfectionism is not actually a thing because being perfect, what you think is perfect today may not be perfect in the next 10 years, may no longer look as perfect as you thought. So start anyway. Some of us, success may be actually what's hindering us, what we're hiding under. So we're chasing one superficial success to the next, and we are not, you know, doing what actually matters. Some of us hide behind titles, say, oh, because I'm a doctor, I can't do this thing. Won't it look somehow? Because I'm a nurse, I can't do this. Because I have a degree, my degree waste, I'm an engineer, so why will I now be selling something or doing decoration? We have those beliefs in our heads that make us stay stuck. Some of us take the easy way out. We hide behind social media. We are scrolling and scrolling because there's a dopamine burst, and then you don't want to think about the things you really have to do. So you hide behind it and, kind of forget yourself. Some of us hide behind trying to please people around us. So that keeps us busy. It keeps us doing something. Yet we're not doing the things that are going to, push us forward. Now, all these things I mentioned are not necessarily bad, but they can become like masks, you know, that hide who we truly are. So let's talk about being busy. Some of us s- actually purposely stay busy because when you're quiet and you have to think, it actually forces us to face some uncomfortable truths. That's why some of us don't even like to sit down and reflect, journal, or write, down things and think them through because we don't want to be in that space where we actually tell ourselves the truth. So we keep ourselves busy so we don't have time to do those things. Now, if you're always occupied, you never have to ask yourself, am I happy? You don't have the time to find out if you're fulfilled because either you're washing clothes, you're tidying the house, you're carrying children, you're just from one activity to the other. No space to reflect. Great things actually come when you can sit down, think, and reflect. So when you're busy, you don't ask yourself those critical questions. You're actually dodging from yourself. Some of us take that path, instead of facing the realities of, the things we need to do to move forward of our lives. We don't even have the time to ask yourself, am I becoming who I truly want to be? These things that are keeping me busy, are they on the path to taking me to where I'm supposed to be? Some of us hide under perfectionism, like I talked about last week. Usually looks like excellence. I want things to go a certain way, the way I want it. But the truth is that sometimes it's actually fear. You know, you're afraid of failing. And let's remember that every great person failed at some point or the other. Failure, it's okay. It's what you do with it that is important. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Some of us are afraid of being judged. For crying out loud, do it. If they judge your hair, you're not living this life for anybody. You're living it for yourself. So that thing that is going to move you forward, people around you may not think it's okay. They may not think it's aligned with what they believe for you. But don't allow that draw you back. Some of us hide under perfectionism because we think that we are not enough. We have this fear that we are not enough. The truth is that perfection can become an excuse not to actually start what you are meant to do. Now, some of us hide behind all the achievements that we've already, accomplished. We build impressive lives, but never take time to think of the wounds that we've had along the way. We don't take time to address them, to face them, and then heal from them. We just keep running and running and running and running. Now, achieving things can be wonderful, but the truth is that it can't heal the fact that you're insecure. It can't heal the fact that you're lonely. It can't heal unresolved pain that you've refused to face. Others hide behind trying to please others all the time. Now, many people have actually become experts at this. They make everyone around them happy except themselves. So they don't even know they are unhappy at first because they are too occupied making everybody happy, providing for others. Yet they completely neglect themselves. And then years later, we have people that maybe parents that said, oh, mother has said, oh, I gave up my career just to train my children. And then years to come, they become bitter. So they were there taking care of every other person without actually thinking of themselves. Now, let me ask you this question. Who are you when nobody is expecting anything from you? Who are you really? Some of us now take the easy part and go behind social media. You know, Somehow, social media, we can create the version of ourselves that we want people to see. So we live a fake life online and then admire our online life and cry behind when the camera is off. Sometimes we are so focused on looking perfect for the camera that it even drives us to become obsessed and we stop being okay. Now, the truth is that being authentic matters more than what people actually think about you. So let me ask you today, what are you avoiding? Ask yourself that question. What conversations am I avoiding? Take that time out to do this because it's important for your growth and your healing. Now, ask yourself, what's that dream I've been postponing and giving myself reasons why I can't achieve them? Ask yourself, what truths am I refusing to face about myself? Because that truth will keep hindering you and drawing you back. Take time and write it down. Do a favor to yourself and actually do that. Now, ask yourself, what part of myself needs healing? Sometimes some of us don't want to go through the process of healing because it may mean that you may accuse or not accuse. Okay, let me use the word accuse somebody that you love and you don't want to get in that space. But you have to, you know, confront something to be able to grow out of it and to be able to stop it from affecting, you and whatever you do. The Bible tells us that we should be transformed by renewing of our mind. Very important. So to change, we have to renew our mind. So transformation begins when you're honest to yourself. When in the Bible, when Adam sinned, he hid. And God asked him, where are you? God knew that where Adam was physically, but he wanted to know why. The real question was, why are you hiding? It's not as if he did not know where he was, but he wanted him to, be truthful to himself and answer the real question. Why doesn't he want, God to see him? So healing begins with us being honest with ourselves. You cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. Like if you refuse to see something and call it a name, you're going to stay stuck forever. And that thing is going to keep dragging you down forever and ever until you acknowledge it. Some people go through life as a fake version of themselves because they refuse to acknowledge those hurts or those things that shaped them to become who they are. Yes, all our experiences, it can either make us or mar us. Even the bad ones sometimes turn out to be, what drives you to achieve what you need to achieve. But you need to acknowledge it and acknowledge its effect on you because it may be the reason why you're not moving forward or the reason why you're unhappy. So growth starts when you stop pretending and start facing yourself with courage and grace. Now, I want to say to you, spend time this week and reflect. Get a pen and paper and ask yourself, who am I? What am I running from? What am I hiding from? Journal it honestly. Now, pray for, self-awareness so that you'll be able to understand yourself better and find a way to stay accountable to those promises that you've made to yourself. Because by the time you finish writing them out, your flaws and all that you are, you're going to need a place or someone that or a way to stay accountable so that you can follow through with the things that you need to do. Stop comparing yourself to others. I say this all the time. That's the beginning of your downfall. Give yourself permission to grow. Extend grace to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Now, I want us to reflect today. What am I hiding behind? What is it in my life now or in the way I carry on that I need to change? What would change if I stop pretending to be who I'm not just to please people around me? What will I do if fear was not in control of me? Now, for the week, affirmations for the week. Say with me, I choose honesty over hiding. I am growing into my authentic self. I release fear and perfectionism. I have the courage to face myself. I am becoming whole. I want to charge you this week to stop hiding behind your excuses. Don't allow fear take over. Don't pretend to be busy so that you don't have time to reflect. Don't keep waiting for perfection. Face yourself with empathy and compassion because true healing, confidence, and growth begin when you where when you start being honest with yourself. So the goal is not to impress people. The goal is to become the healthiest and the most authentic version of yourself. What are you hiding behind? Thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Chimsom Ogu, your skin and confidence doctor. I help you glow truly from inside out. See you same time next week on another week's episode of Going to the Week. Thank you and have a wonderful week. Bye bye. Have you ended it? Have you ended it?